Hello there! In this video, I'll show you how I use a hair dryer to fix the stuck wheel of my sewing machines, or if it's sewing backwards or reversed. These two that you're looking at both were broken, but I fixed them on the same day with a hair dryer. I was not gonna make this video, but in hindsight, why not let people know about this? I'm afraid that some people might ruin their machines even more. Hundreds of sewing machines are thrown in the garbage by specific type of people, the conscientious type. They have a broken machine, but they don't want to spend the money to fix it. They cannot afford to bother other people with a broken machine either, so they don't resell it, they don't donate it, so they throw it in the garbage. I have a mix of machines because I have another side hobby of tinkering with machines. And my workstation is located at the back of our patio. All my machines have covers, but in the winter, I have triple covers. So stuck handwheel or reverse sewing happens to me constantly. But I don't panic. I just fix it by using a hair dryer. It's a silly idea, but this hack saved me hundreds of dollars of repair costs. Now, there could be different reasons why your machine could get stuck. It could be a wound up thread on the lever, timing issue, wrong bobbin size, or even an invisibly bent needle could make this happen. Listening to the sound does not tell much. Some make weird noises, some are quiet. It's hard to say if you just judge this thing by the sounds. Here's the thing. Me, I already know what's wrong because I have seen this numerous times. So this video is for the gutsy ones out there who ask themselves, what have I got to lose when it's already broken? Do it on a mechanical machine. Ideally, 20 years or older. Why? Because the machines were mostly made of metal inside. Do this also on a heavier weight machine, over 20 pounds or heavier. By the way, real quilting machines or embroidery machines are exempted too. Don't do it on these types of machines. If you still don't know what type of machine you can do this hack, go to Amazon.com or Walmart.com or visit your local sewing machine dealerships. If your sewing machine resembles any of the newer sewing machines sold today, avoid this hack. Many modern sewing machines are made of plastic and some metal. It's not safe to do this, as you never know what part you might break. You only do it on mostly metal-made machines. If you force the handwheel of a newer sewing machine, looking like a plastic fantastic type, you will likely break your machine and your wallet. So don't do it. A little backstory. One day, I found out that my computerized combo machine was not working. Even though I tinker with sewing machines, I stay away from electronics because it's not the same as the mechanical machine. But this is what I do if I have a broken machine. I try to fix it. And if I couldn't, I stop and wait. Weeks, months. Just to let the problem sit in my head. I'll come back to it when I'm ready. So we give each other space. No talking. Figure things out. I'm sharing this because if this happens to you, let the problem sit in your head too and approach it another day. Sleep over it and wait. Don't hurry to throw it away or have it repaired or donate or throw it in the garbage. Just don't. Recently, I went shopping for sewing supplies. We have a local place where it's sewing and craft store, but second-hand stuff. As I was leaving the parking lot, ding! Remember that video I made where I bought a serger on a parking lot? Well, these things happens to me. Why? I don't know. Another parking lot incident. Anyway, about to get into my car when I saw a worker push a recycling bin with a serger on top of the garbage. Here is the AI-generated image. Not correct because the bin was green and the lid was open. But hey, it's a free AI image and I'm all for it. So this serger was on top of a green recycling bin. And the worker was trying to go to the bigger dump in the area. So I'm going to show you how I blow dry my sewing machines. So by the way, the problems have been fixed, so this is just a demo for YouTube. This machine was bought at a scrap sale marked serviced on it. But over time, since I don't use it often, the hand wheel tends to freeze up. Typical of older machines. If I were to guess, this is about 30 years old or more. First, I turn up the power and avoid the power source and the motor area. No threads preferably, but since this problem is fixed, pardon me for some missing clips. Set dryer to the hottest setting. Blow dry on the area on the hand wheel and around it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Then, blow dry the neck area for around 2 minutes also. Also, blow dry the knobs and panels too. Move to the next area when it also feels warm to touch. The focus is really on the neck area. Concentrate on that part. Then try cranking the hand wheel slowly. It should start to budge at this point. Repeat the process and keep cranking the hand wheel with your hand in forward motion or towards you. Pretend you're melting the butter inside. Do the back of the machine and the bottom too. Definitely do the bottom, but I can't show you because I'm also filming. When the hand wheel seems to be freely moving, turn on the machine. Start using the foot pedal. No threads or fabrics first. Then slowly step on your foot pedal and slowly rev it up. There should be a change in sound from creaking to a typical sewing machine sound. Do this for about 5 minutes on and off. Remember to stop and start the pedal test just to warm it up. Test the machine with threads and scrap fabric. Do this intermittently for about 2 to 3 hours and do the same fabric test for 2 to 3 days if you have time. The idea is to warm your machine up mechanically inside. Also, if you don't know where the machine had been, oil it before using this hack. This machine I totally love, very powerful. But if I don't use it often, for like 3-4 months, it tends to sew backwards. I opened a different machine before that was sewing backwards. That's the correct way of doing it. But if I am lazy, I use the hair dryer. I had a Bernina too that did the same problem, typical of older machines, if left unused for months. Same process, start on the knob area, then the neck where the bearings are, do the back and even the bottom too. And slowly crank the hand wheel until it's freely moving. Then, use the foot pedal and do a scrap test. For the serger, as this is a store discard, this was totally stuck that I got for free. Remember to stay away from the power area. So I start at the knob area again, do the panels, the tension dials, and mostly on the neck part area again, back and front. Hand crank and test the hand wheel for about 10 times rotation until it's freely moving. If not, do more hair drying action all over again. Don't forget also the back panels and bottom. And keep coming back to the knobs again. Crank it up with your hand first until it starts to loosen up. Doing this on a serger, be mindful when you crank it up because there's way more parts internally compared to a regular sewing machine. Then plug the machine and sew your scrap. Start slowly. Once you feel that your machine has no resistance, then you may have fixed the problem. This second serger, this is a combo cover stitch and overlocker. I said earlier, I don't mess with electronics or computerized sewing machines. I never know what's going on with it. Three things could be happening. It could be the electronics, it could be the program that's gone cuckoo, or the actual mechanisms, or all of the above. So it's hard to tell. But I don't want to pay the money to have this repaired either, because it costs more money to repair a serger compared to a sewing machine. But after fixing this overlock, and this got me thinking, these two models are cousins, relatives, made in the same production period. What if this one have the same stock wheel problem too? What have I got to lose? It's broken already. So I blow dry this thing also. Crank force the hand wheel like I did on the other one. But this time I avoided two areas, the electronic panel, the LCD part, and the power source. So I did everything I mentioned earlier on the serger and I got this thing working again. Wow, I fixed two machines in one afternoon with a hairdryer. Now, if you have the same broken machine problem and lost on what to do not do this hack if you have more to lose. But if you have nothing to lose and confident about it, it's your call. This hack is only ideal for mechanical, older machines. Don't mess with hair dryers and electronics. Something could blow up or get on fire. Don't do it. But here's the thing. For the record, none of my newer sewing machines have frozen hand wheel either, or sewing backwards. It's only the older ones. Anybody listening to this may think this is silly. It's not right. I agree. Take it to the professional. Listen, think about it also. If you donate a broken sewing machine to places like Goodwill, they have someone that would tinker with it, or they would resell it as broken or as is. But how many workers behind the scene gave up on a sewing machine, threw it in the dump? Or maybe the ordinary people that gave up on their machines, they threw it in the dump also. We will never know. Just like this machine, I caught a person wheeling it to the dump, offered to give it to me for free. Had I not stopped her, this video would not have been possible. Let's bring that lovely AI image again. It's been 4 days since I fixed these two machines. The real test is to sew real projects. I have done many of these fixes before. I learned if it happens once, it may happen again. An important reminder that older machines need TLC. Machines are just like people too. They need tender, loving care, attention, and engagement. Well, this wraps it up. Thank you so much for watching.